Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Starrett with the Ready State, and I want to bring you in on one of my favorite techniques of using H-wave when we have a lot of swelling. Oftentimes we think, hey, I've got some swelling, I've got some congestion, I need to work on this limb or this tissue system. But one of the things that happens is that when we have a very congested or very swollen or inhibited sort of contractile system because of the swelling or pain, sometimes it can be hard to get a good contraction. We particularly see this in the calf, for example. So imagine that I'm just pumping here and I'm getting sort of what feels like a mid result. I'm like, I know I should have a big muscle contraction, and I'm moving the pads around and I'm doing the best I can. And I want to introduce you to a technique that seems shocking but works really well. And that is, let's say I'm trying to get a good contraction here, if I move the same lead pad to the other limb in the same area, suddenly I can get and pick up remarkable contractions just by crossing the spine. And there's some aspect of this that allows us to sort of grab musculature, sort of decrease inhibition, and get a lot more bang for the buck if we just think about splitting a single lead across the spine. Now, is that safe? Of course. We regularly run pads up and down the spine, but sometimes we think, well, it can't possibly work for the limb, and it absolutely does. So the other thing that this does is it potentially means that I can be working on multiple limbs at the same time. So if I really just wanted to get a lot of contraction in my elbow, but I also want to treat this elbow and simultaneously do a knee, this means with two leads, I can get a lot of work and real estate covered in the body. But the bottom line is, don't be afraid to take that lead, move it across the midline onto something else, and you'll be surprised at how much you can pick up in a positionally and potentially inhibited tissue, simply by just splitting the pads, and now you're on the inside with the cool kids.